Then look at the end, achetasa, asamskritatmana. So antakarana shuddhi is there. And what about asamskritatmana means those who don't have the antakarana shuddhi. Like that we can connect. Achetasaha.
We can even take it from the previous shloka, no, Guruji? Jnana chakshushaha arda yogis.
Yeah, they're all yogis. Correct. You can connect. Yeah, all that. Context, based on context.
In this also it continues pashyanti, no? In previous also jnana chakshushaha pashyanti.
Pashyanti only. Yeah. Using the word. How many times now? 4 times? Here 2 times. And then in number 10 also, 2 times. 10. 11 also. Any other questions?
Mahodaya, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I didn't get a word, and you said obtaining. I'm not clear about that word. Where do you get it? What does it mean? Is it ABTAIN?
Good. Arprasad ji is bringing up a good. Last time I mentioned this, right? This obtaining word.
No. He wants to know the spelling. He wants to know obtaining.
No, I know the spelling. This is not the spelling.
He said, okay.
Yeah, he is talking about the word itself, obtaining.
Correct.
Obtain is to gain, to get, right? That's what it is. But here, obtaining in the buddhi, this phrase, what kind of phrase is that? Now, I agree. I take it as a important feedback to slowly try to use some other word. Okay, obtaining in the buddhi. That's because of the difficult to translate these words. So let's go back. Okay.
Where did you get that word? I mean,
yeah, where did it's a particular usage, Haraprasad. Obtaining means existing in, present in, existing in, okay, present in. That's the literal meaning. Okay, that's the way to. And the reason they use the word obtaining is, see, suppose I say, this rubber band. Look at this. This rubber band is present in this pot. So when you say existing in, present in, it implies a container, another object which is a container, and then the rubber band is an object. 2 objects are there, and container having the capacity to hold all these rubber bands. One can contain the other. One can contain the other. And so, if you say Atma existing in the body, let's just say Atma existing in the body or mind. Atma existing in the mind means it may be like the rubber band existing in the pot. That loke adhara adheya bhava will come. Adhara adheya, because that's all we know. We don't know anything else. So this vivarta upadana karanam doesn't come at all. It should be like clay in the pot. That is the way I want it to be. Because that thing which is there in the pot pervades the whole pot to such an extent. Really speaking, the pot is what is existing in the clay. To that extent, I have to go. So they use the word obtaining for just for us not to get confused with that. Located in the buddhi. If they say, they don't want to say that. That is why they use the word obtaining. Okay. Atmani avasthita. And so why they use this buddhi is because Atma is there in the buddhi or not? Yes or no? let's talk basic. Atma is there in the buddhi. Is that a correct statement?
No.
No. So what would be the correct statement?
Buddhi is in the Atma.
Buddhi is in the Atma. That is why. That is why they're using the word obtaining. This word obtain. Now, don't ask me which English it is, whether it is British English or American English or that. I don't know all those origins. But I've seen the word obtain. Obtain means in and pervading. In and pervading. If you want me to rephrase the word obtaining, it means in and pervading. Like clay is in the pot and pervades the pot. Mastani sarva bhutani, nacha mastani bhutani. Both have to come. The best equivalent I have found in English is obtaining, based on the translations I've seen. Okay. So you can see the difficulty. There's really no good translation. Really no good translation. But then, Atmani Avasthitam has another implication. Buddha, why should you say Atma is in the Buddhi? As though Atma is not there everywhere else. You can say Dehe. Dehe Avasthitam also you can say. Buddha Avasthitam is commonly used because only the Buddhi can perceive, Pashyanti, can see that the Atma is all pervasive. So they say Buddha, Buddhista Ishvara. They say Ishvara is in the Buddhi, they will say. Means you have to use the Buddhi to see it like that. So I can make the connections like that. So Harprasad, in case the word obtaining comes, I think somewhere you should write down that that's what we mean. In and pervading. In and pervading. So I'll try my best to change the language. Okay, I don't know how successful I'll be, but your point is well taken. In and pervading. I think that might be, it's a bit long, but it's okay. Might as well have a longer one than a confusing short word now. That should be our principle. Thanks, Haraprasad.
Dhanyavada.
Yeah.
Guruji, you asked, is Atma in the Buddhi? It is in the Buddhi also, we can say, right?
Yeah, so Atmani Avasthitam, that's what Sri Krishna says. Atmani Avasthitam, that is the shloka. Okay. So what is your question, Vijay?
No. When you asked the question, is Atma in the Buddhi? Haraprasad ji said no. But I would say yes.
Yeah, so Haraprasad ji chose to say no. So I gave him a benefit of doubt, saying that, okay, what he means is, hey, it's not just only located in one place, otherwise it will become a finite entity. Therefore, he's saying no. Atma is there in the buddhi also, Atma is there in the body, in the kidneys also, it is there, in pancreas also, it is there, in appendix also, which we choose to remove, that also is there. In the wisdom tooth also, Atma is there, which we choose to remove. Okay, everywhere Atma is there. And so, that's what he's saying, no, you can't put a location to Atma. You can't put a location. That's why he's saying the mind is in the buddhi. Right? Matstani sarva bhutani. Who are you to put a location to Atma? And so here Atmani Avasthitam means literally the way to Buddhau Avasthitam. Yenam Pashyanti Atmani Avasthitam. They see the Atma in the Buddhi. Suppose I say. They see the Atma in the Buddhi. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes.
Correct. They see the Atma in the Buddhi.
Yes.
How do they see it? Well, you bring all your knowledge here. That is the way they see the Atma in the Buddhi. Atma as Akarta, Abhokta. Atma is all pervasive. Atma is Avinashi. Atma is Asangaha. Atma is Nityam. All that they see here only they can see. It's a fact that can only be seen in the Buddha.
Yeah.
That's the way to take it. As Haraprasadi, that's the best way to take it. This is not pure location. This is not pure location. This just where do I understand this Atma? That's the way to take it. Shastram talks about it. Upanishad we've been studying. Katha Upanishad there also. 2-3 shlokas we've already seen. Okay, good. Meera Narak, go ahead.
Guruji, this previous shloka 15:10, Vimudhaha nanu pashyanti gnana chakshusha is na anupashyanti. What is the difference? Anupashyanti, pashyanti?
Any guesses? Any guesses?
No difference.
Any guesses?
Is it
No.
keeps making the same mistake of seeing the wrong things in the seeing the things in the wrong place? Vimudaha. They keep
What is
making
Anu? What is Anu? What is
Anu is a
Follow.
upasarga.
Following.
Just a upasarga.
Following.
What is the meaning of the Upasarga? Yeah, Bhagya, what is it?
Following, right? Anu is following.
Following. Following. Following what is the question?
The experiencing. What was
Repeated
it?
experience.
Huh?
Is it a repetition of experiences without knowing?
No, Shastram Acharya Manu.
Okay,
Ah.
yeah, right, yeah. That's you mentioned that once.
Shastram Manu. Shastram Manu. If you give up the Shastram, there is no chance of getting this vision. That's why Naisha Tarkena Matirapane. You use whatever logic you want, but you can't figure out that using the logic, you can't figure it out. Your Shastram says you are the four. Purnamadaha Purnamida. Now you use your logic. Now use your logic to assimilate whatever has been said. So, Anupashyanti. So they na Anupashyanti. Maybe they don't think the Upanishad has anything significant to say. They rejected the Upanishad, etc. Whatever, you can interpret. So Anu always means that, Meera. This especially Anupashyanti and all. Anupashyanti. Pashyanti already is knowing. Anujanati. Anujanati. And so Anu means following. Following the Upadesha. Guru.
Shastra and Guru, right? Guru and the Shastra.
Yeah.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
I see. I see what Shankaracharya says. Shankaracharya won't talk much. Because he will assume you know. So any other questions?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. Anuradha
I
is
think,
there. Prema.
yes.
Hmm.
Yes, Guruji, namaskaram. No, the question that Ramuji has asked is, if the wisdom truth is innate, then if you can remove it, did it not emerge at all? I find it fascinating in my context.
If the wisdom truth has Atma, then what?
Then how are we getting it out and throwing it out? That's what he's asking.
How can you take Atma away from me? The only thing
That's
I can claim to is Atma. All other, nobody is appreciating my accomplishments. All I have is Atma, and you're taking away that Atma also.
Yes.
That's
But
very
what I want to understand his question, because he says, talking of removing the wisdom tooth, it seems we have decided to remove it. Or is it that it is not emerged in us at all? What
we
does
can't
it mean?
take away Atma.
Yeah, that's right. So what is the question there? I couldn't figure out what he's saying.
I think
He's
it's a
placed it in the
joke.
chat, Guruji.
Yeah, one second. Okay, you're referring to whose question? Ramuji. Yeah, Ramuji,
Yeah.
go ahead. Please clarify your question.
You said remove Atma isn't the wisdom too, that we remove it. So I just commented. So whether we have got wisdom at all, whether wisdom.
I think the context is Atma is everywhere.
No, wait. Let Ramuji please clarify your question again. Ramuji,
See,
once again.
so when you said that wisdom, we remove the wisdom teeth.
I was questioning whether we have got the wisdom teeth born at all in us.
Okay, so see, that is the question. So let us ask, see, now we understand what the question means. First, let us understand the question before answering it. So he says, why goodness? Even before I have wisdom teeth. So he's saying, how can you have wisdom teeth if you don't have wisdom? Yeah, good question. So anupashyanti, Shankaracharya, vimudha anupashyanti, aho kashtam vartate iti anukroshati cha bhagavan. Aho kashtam vartate. Hey, this is all too difficult for me. This is all, matlab nahi hai. What is the use of all this? Studying Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters, 5 years. Is this the way to waste 5 years? Our lifetime is already short. And on top of that, you're giving me Bhagavad Gita. Look at this. अनुक्रोशित भगवान. Oh, I see. ये बड़े दुख की बात है. इस प्रकार भगवान करुणा प्रकट करते हैं. Oh, that also is saying. Okay, so जो कि दृष्ट और अदृष्ट विषय भोग की लालसा के बल से चित्त आकृष्ट हो जाने के कारण अनेक प्रकार से मोहित हो रहे हैं, नहीं देखते. अहो. Okay, so he's saying people are victimized by their ragadveshas. Okay, that is what it is. Vimuda. Okay, drishta adrishta vishaya bhoga bala akrishta chetastaya anekadha mudaha. Yeah, we discussed that. And na anupashyant. So he doesn't explain anupashyant. Shankaracharya does not explain anupashyant. And then, but Shankaracharya makes an observation. He says, Krishna is showing his compassion by saying, "Aho, such an easy thing. There are people who are ignoring it." Like that, Krishna is saying. Like that, Shankara is saying. Kashtam vartate. I feel, Krishna is saying, I feel so sad. Sad illa. Anukampa. Compassion. Compassion. Any other? Yeah, Anuradhaji, please.
Going back to that obtaining, the way it is written here, see this self, then dash obtaining in the buddhi. Why is that?
Okay, so let me look at. Yeah, I also saw the dash.
Yeah, so that kind of throws me out.
I took it as comma. Self, comma, obtaining in the buddhi.
So why should it throw you out? Please tell me that.
Because,
first.
Okay, who are making effort, see this self obtaining in the buddhi. So, then my way of obtaining will be what you said, that the all pervading, that's the self pervading in the buddhi.
See the true nature of Atma in the buddhi. Understand Atma in the buddhi.
Yeah.
That is what we want to understand. So he says, the yogis, okay, in the buddhi means what? These yogis recognize Atma obtaining in the intellect. It is not that they see Atma in the intellect, but rather they recognize directly, I am the consciousness obtaining in the intellect. I am the consciousness that is working 100%. 24 hours is working in my buddhi. That is me. That is I. That is the way Swamiji is explaining.
Okay.
And further, consciousness is recognized as identical with Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, etc. He explained.
Okay. I have another question. if I may. It's the 8, number 8 on the mantra, Shariram Yad Bhapnati. Okay, here it says, when the one who rules the body departs, he draws to himself the 5 senses and the mind and the 6th. And then when he obtains a new body, so here, this who rules the body, usually it's Ishvara, right?
Repeat the question again, the last sentence. The last sentence.
Who is the one who's ruling the body departs?
Who is the one who is?
Ruling the body and then departs.
Ruling the body and departs. Okay.
Yeah,
Jiva. Jiva. That Jiva, which has no beginning, for which the body is meant for, which was referred to in the second chapter also. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Navani grinnati naro parani. Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani. Anyani samyati navani dehi. Dehi. There the word dehi was used for jiva. Okay. That's the entity. That's the entity. Because it can't be.
This entity is also Paramatma.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So, okay.
Guruji, didn't you say it as Sukshma Sharira? Didn't you say that as Sukshma?
Yeah, correct. So, the Jiva is, what did he say? Tattva Bodhakara. Sthula Sharira Abhimani. Right? That's what he defined it as. And just Sthula Sharira Abhimani. If you have Abhimanam about the body, I must be somebody other than the physical body. And so that other is the Jiva. The Jiva can say clearly. The Jiva recognizes, looks at the photo and says, oh my God, this is 50 years ago. Look, that is me. How's that me? This me is here. How can that be me? Well, even though that boy or that girl is only 10 years old, and this person is no longer a boy or a girl, okay? He's a senior citizen, okay? And still both are identified. No, that is me. That is me. That means what? That means what? There are so many things that have changed about me, but that unchanging one is me. Innately, I seem to understand that. That is me. This is me. And so back to your question. So it is referring to that unchanging. Correct? Yadavapnoti. So that Jiva. Now, the Jiva is a form of Atma. Jiva is not Satyam. Okay? Jiva is also Mithya. Mithya is Satyam.
Mithya.
We are thinking we are real, but we are not. The Jiva. As soon as we know that we are not Jiva, we are Paramatma.
Correct. That I am Jiva is a notion. Until that notion is removed, Jivatvam is there. Until that notion is removed, the Jiva has to asamse jirani yatha vihaya, has to go from place to body to body to body. Okay. And so after I recognize that this Jivatvam is Mithya, I am not, Jiva is me, but I am not Jiva. How about that? Clay can say, pot is clay, but I clay is not pot. then the game will be over after that. So,
What did you say? Sorry, Jiva is not me.
Jiva is I Atma, but I Atma am not Jiva. Like the clay can say, pot is me, but I am not pot. Clay can say, pot is clay, pot is me, but I, clay, is not pot.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So when we read the home study, it's always useful just not to look at the translation of the shlokas, but go beyond that. Because
Yeah.
because in this, that's where I go like this, underline. The jiva has to be recognized as only seemingly an agent, an experiencer, karta and bhokta.
So I will tell you one thing. I'll make a bold statement. Translations are rarely useful. Rarely. I won't say useless. Useless, I won't say. Translations have a use. But to try to understand the subject matter, translations are not useful at all.
Yeah.
Once you understand the subject matter, then you translate your own way. If you are teaching somebody, you translate it some way, but you've already explained it first. You're not going to make people rely on translations. Translation, because there is a shloka and that to English, that is another problem. Translating it into English. At least if we translate it into Hindi or Tamil, Gujarati or something, some hope we have. We can retain the same words also. Some words we will not bother translating. This Atmani eva avasthitam, we will use a word which won't make us discuss like. We will never be confused. But certain cases, no translation will help, no language will help. Understanding. Atmani avasthitam, purely understanding.
Okay, thank
So
you.
yeah, so the way I use translations is subject matter is clear, crystal clear. Then you look at the book of translation. Wait a minute, this shloka, what does it mean? Again, some words I didn't follow. You look at the translation, you mean it, oh, that's what this word means. That's what this word means. And then you move on. That's the way to use translations. At least for us for studying, that's the way to use. Otherwise, you never translation word in English, you never get carried away by. Don't ever get carried away by.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Any other questions?
Just when you explain the Anupashyanti, just an observation. Whatever you see, if it is not Anupashyanti, it is not a Pashyanti at all.
Okay, explain that, please.
When you are not seeing along with the lines of the Shastra, you are not seeing what is to be seen.
Okay.
That's why
So you're saying, so na anupashyati. You're saying na anupashyati chet na pashyati api. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Good.
Jayakumar, did you get a chance? Just want to remind from the last class the mapping of Karana Sarira with the Anandamaya question.
Yeah, so I sent a response also, right?
Oh, it's in WhatsApp?
Yeah, Prasad, you have to watch
I
the
don't
WhatsApp. Once in a while, no, see, this is where you have to watch.
You know
look
what?
at it.
I have a comment on that. So we have to overcome this problem in a way while studying Vedanta now for the latest people. I mean, in this generation, we have to overcome first this virtual reality before going into other realities. Like I am not this body and all. Before that, I am not this cell phone. WhatsApp, first that. So we have another layer.
That, but I'm not the Zoom, I'm not the computer, I'm not the words I speak. Several things I'm not. I'm not WhatsApp is okay, but I'm not the words I speak of. I'm not this body itself, but still I have to use this body. I have to come to class. I have to listen. Everything is there. Everything is there.
Yeah, lots of WhatsApps now. Yeah.
So there is. So there is that discussion. We have to catch up on that. Tattva-bodha. Tattva-bodha is a good opportunity for us. Look at that. The Kosha Panchakam and Shariratrayam. So answer is this. Yeah. Anandamaya Kosha is equal to Karana Sharira. That's what it is. Okay. Both are avidya janyam.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, Satya Chilukuri is asking, is the eye of wisdom innate and birth gift rather than acquired? Is the eye of wisdom a gift? Is Satyaji there or not?
He's not.
So
He has gone. He's not there.
let's ask the question when he's here. Okay, so it's already 8:15. Continue the next. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.